Bonjour. This is the first grammar video for chapter 1 of our textbook Horizons. And before I begin with the first lesson of chapter 1, I wanted to remind you all that your textbook has the capability of giving you the pronunciation of a lot of the expressions and words that you see on the vocab and the grammar. Um, I'm on I'm on the textbook right now. I'm on page 26, if you see here at the bottom, and all of these uh, terms, all of these expressions are clickable. And once you click, it gives you the pronunciation. So at the end of chapter 1, at the end of every chapter, I would suggest you click on these and you practice with the vocab list at the end of every chapter. Okay? So today, the first chapter was the preliminary chapter in which you learned about numbers, about letters, about expressions of salutations, bonjour, bonsoir, monsieur, madame, mademoiselle, comment allez-vous, and the way to respond to these questions, like comment allez-vous, for example. Je vais très bien, assez bien, comme ci, comme ça, pas mal, pas très bien. Yeah. And you learned how to ask somebody's name. Comment vous appelez-vous? Tu t'appelles comment? And the difference between these two versions, right? One is very formal and one is very familiar. Mhm. And the way to say goodbye to end a conversation. À bientôt, à demain, à plus tard, à tout à l'heure, au revoir. You also learn the days of the week, and you also learned a little bit how to talk about yourself, certain things. And the way you do that is with the expression je suis, right? Je suis, I am, right? Or I'm not, je ne suis pas. Je suis en cours. Je suis à la maison. Je ne suis pas en cours. Je ne suis pas à la maison. Je suis dans un autre cours. Literally, an other, an autre, another. Okay? Um, um, the question tu travailles, right? Tu travailles. Je travaille. Je ne travaille pas. Okay? And other words, other expressions that will be coming into play in the next chapter, like avant, après, and aussi. So today I wanted to talk to you about the first competence. The first chapter, chapter number 1, deals with description, and it also deals with physical description, as well as how to describe your personality as well as other personalities. So the first competence deals with the expression c'est, ce sont, and il est, elle est. So il est, that means he is. Elle est means she is. Ils sont means they are, but in the masculine, all male. And elles sont also means they are, but the people you're referring to are all female. Okay? So we use il est, elle est, ils sont, elles sont with adjectives, with descriptions. Like he is single, they are French, il est célibataire, ils sont français. We use the expression c'est, ce sont, which you would translate as this is, these are, this is, these are, or that is, those are. We use this expression to put someone or something in a category. Right? Like, these are my friends. They are, this is a category. So you use a noun with this expression and you use an adjective with this expression. Okay? You can also say the person's name. So you are putting that, you're identifying that person. So the first, this column is identification. This column is description. So look at an example. So We're using c'est because we're only describing one person, right? C'est, c'est. This is, that is, right? So you're presenting that person. C'est David, un jeune homme français. Il est étudiant. Il est de Nice. C'est David. C'est un jeune homme français. It's a category. It's a man. It's David, right? And you don't have to say all of it together. You can just say it's David. You can say it's a man. It's a Frenchman. C'est un homme français. C'est un jeune homme français. It's a young Frenchman. And then you do a description. And in French, a description, professions like student are, you use, it's not so much a category, but a way to describe someone. So we use this expression, il est étudiant. And origin, we say he is from, literally, he is from Nice, a city in France, in the south. Il est de Nice. Il est étudiant. Il est de Nice. C'est Léa, une jeune femme américaine. Category. Elle est étudiante. Elle est de Los Angeles. C'est Jean. C'est Lisa. Le frère de David. Frère, brother, right? And it comes from the verb, if you think of the word fraternity, they have the same origin word. Frère. And sœur is sister. So they are sisters. They are brothers. La sœur, think of the word sorority. La sœur. Jumelle, twin sister. C'est Lisa, la sœur jumelle de Léa. Categorization. Elle n'est pas étudiante. Elle travaille. Il travaille. Elle n'est pas étudiante. She's not a student. Okay? So this chapter deals with description. And in French, you have adjectives for adjectives, masculine adjectives and feminine adjectives. So it's the same adjective, it's just a different version for women and for men. So look at David. Comment est David? How is David? Like, how would you describe him, right? What is David like? Grand, petit, gros, mince. Think of minced garlic. You know how you have to thin out garlic to use it in cooking sometimes? It's the same origin. Mince, jeune, vieux, beau, laid. But that's only to describe David. David est petit, mince et beau. David est petit, mince et beau. This is David over here. Yeah. But how would we describe Leah? The adjective is a little different. In French, for most adjectives, you add an E at the end. And if the adjective already has an E in the masculine version, you don't add anything else. So the adjective looks the same for both. Comment est Léa? Grande, petite, grosse, mince, jeune, vieille, belle, laide. So what happens? The pronunciation changes, but also the writing changes. You add that E, which you don't pronounce, but it makes you pronounce the last consonant, which you don't pronounce in the masculine version. Masculine, grande, feminine. Petit, petite. Gros, grosse. Mince, mince. Doesn't change because the masculine version ends with an E. Jeune, jeune. Vieux is irregular because the feminine version is so different. Vieille. Vieux, vieille. The same goes for beau, belle. It's irregular. But look at laid, laide. You pronounce the D and you add an E in the as you write. Okay? So that's the difference between adjectives, masculine and feminine. the regular adjectives add an E for the feminine version, and you pronounce the last consonant. And as you saw in the first chapter, the way to negate in French, you need two parts, the ne and the pas. If the verb begins with a vowel, you need an apostrophe, because in French they don't really like to have two vowels together. So an E will often disappear in these two-letter words. So in here, in ce n'est pas ma sœur, this is not my sister, right? And elles ne sont pas américaines, right? They are not Americans, right? See how the ending of es here for they, right? They feminine, right? It will repeat itself in the adjective es, right? So not only does the adjective have to be feminine, but also plural. And we'll see that later on. But here, es, you also put it here, es, right? Okay. So if you were to describe a friend, you would do a category first. Is it a man or a woman? C'est un homme, c'est une femme. And then you will use il est, il n'est pas to describe what he's not. Elle est, elle n'est pas to describe what she is or what she is not. And these are all descriptions of that person, of where they're from or their profession, right? Étudiant. So professions in French use the description. Okay? So for example, my best friend, elle s'appelle Elsa, oui. C'est une femme. Elle est jeune. Elle n'est pas d'ici. Elle n'est pas étudiante. And I add an E because she's a woman, right? Elle n'est pas étudiante, which makes me pronounce that last T. Elle n'est pas étudiante. If it were a man, I wouldn't pronounce the T. Il n'est pas étudiant. Elle travaille, right? Or elle ne travaille pas. Elle est de taille moyenne, medium sized. Elle est célibataire. Okay. So adjectives have a singular version, a plural version, for both masculine and feminine. So there's a total of 4 versions. So if I say one person, a masculine, il est petit, right? Like here. Il est petit. Or elle est petite. But if I describe more than one, ils sont petits. Or elles sont petites. And elle, it ends with es, um, the pronoun, the personal pronoun for they, feminine, ELLES. So this will repeat itself, right? And here is just the E because it's only one woman. Here's the ES because it's more than one. And for the man, you don't add the E, but you add an S, right? So I want to look at the beginning. I want to show you. We're talking about this, right? Il est, you add nothing to the adjective. Elle est, you add this E right here. Ils sont, you add the S right here. Elles sont, you add the ES right here. Okay, and I think this is it for this chapter. There are some that are irregular, like I said. In these two, the last consonant will be doubled because we want to keep that sound. If you only have one S, it sounds like a Z, like in English, like you would say grosse, right? But we want to have that strong S sound. So that's why they put 2 here. So gros, gros. In here, both look the same because if the singular masculine ends with an S, the plural you don't have to add an extra S. Since it already has an S, you don't add anymore. The feminine, you need to add an E but also an S, so it'll double. The same for Canadian, Canadienne. And the ending for feminine will have not only the double S, but ES. Not only the double N, but ES. Il est gros. Ils sont gros. Il est canadien. Ils sont canadiens. S. Elle est grosse. Elles sont grosses. Elle est canadienne. Elles sont canadiennes. And these are the irregular adjectives. Beau, jumeau, and vieux, because they have a vowel cluster at the end, you add an EX instead of an S for the plural. But it sounds the same. Il est beau, elles sont beaux. Il est jumeau, meaning jumeau means twin for a man, and jumelle is twin for a woman, right? Jumeau, jumeau. Il est vieux, ils sont vieux. Elle est belle, elles sont belles. Elle est jumelle, elles sont jumelles. Elle est vieille, elles sont vieilles. IS, 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 I, I, I. So, if we were to describe Gabriel or Gabriel, Gabriel est grand. It's this one because I'm not pronouncing the D. Gabrielle est grande. I'm pronouncing scenario B. Gabriel n'est pas petit. Gabrielle n'est pas petite. Gabriel est français. Gabrielle est française. Gabriel n'est pas canadien. Gabriel n'est pas canadienne. Gabriel n'est pas gros. Gabriel n'est pas grosse. Okay. And let's just, in here you describe yourself with the expression je suis, and you use these adverbs, which are adverbs of intensity. So, très means a lot, right? Very, rather, plutôt, assez, somewhat, un peu, a little. Je ne suis pas, it's a negation, I'm not. Or if you want to say je ne suis pas du tout, I'm not at all, right? Je suis très, je suis plutôt, je suis assez, je suis un peu, je ne suis pas du tout. Optimiste, pessimiste, idéaliste, réaliste, intelligent, intelligente is the feminine version. All of these, because the adjective already ends with an E, is the same for men and women. But in here we have to add E's, we have to add the double L, we have to add the E here, right? So think about that, feminine and masculine adjectives. Intelligent, intelligente. Bête, intellectuel. Timide, extraverti, extraverti. Here the pronunciation doesn't change, you just add the E. Dynamique, paresseux, paresseuse, that's the feminine version. Sportif, sportive, that's the feminine version. Intéressant, intéressante. Ennuyeux, ennuyeuse. Amusant, amusante. Marrant, marrante. Agréable, désagréable. Gentil, gentille. Méchant, méchante. Sympathique, or you can say sympa, a shortened version. Antipathique. And finally, you can do comparisons, right? Je suis plus dynamique que mon meilleur ami. Mon meilleur ami meaning best friend, right? I am more dynamic than my best friend. Je suis plus dynamique que mon meilleur ami. I am just as sporty. Je suis aussi sportif ou sportive que mon meilleur ami. Je suis moins timide que mon meilleur ami. I am less timid than my best friend. So for comparisons, you need person A and person B, which you're comparing. You use que to mean than, and you either use plus, aussi, ou moins to say I'm more this than that person, I am just as this as this person, or I'm less this than this person. The adjective needs to agree with the person A. So if je means a woman, the adjective needs to be sportive in here, for example. But if you are a man, then you use this one. Je suis aussi sportif. So if this adjective were to change to elle, right? If this person, elle est aussi sportive que mon meilleur ami, you need to use the gender that agree. You need to use the adjective version that agrees with the person A. So it's not always just masculine. You need to look at who the person A is of the comparison. Okay, well, thank you so much. And I will be creating more videos, and stay tuned for the next one. Goodbye.